Hey folks, this is Paul from Ortho Eval, and today I want to talk about neck traction for a pinched nerve in the neck. I'm going to try to simplify this as much as possible so you can understand how to do this on your own at home. There are many people that go to either a physical therapy office or chiropractic office to have cervical traction, but there are tons of different traction units that you can get and utilize them on your own at home, and I recommend these quite often for people just because it's a great way to give you some good relief, especially when you're getting a lot of pain going down the arm or into your shoulder blade and chest because you're having a pinched nerve in your neck. So the objective here is to try to separate the neck a little bit, all right? We have these little holes right over here where the nerves come out, and what we want is we want to open those up so the nerve doesn't get so much compression on it. So essentially we're trying to take the head and neck and pull it away from the rest of the body to get some separation over here so that you can get some relief. And this is quite relieving. I've used cervical traction for over 30 years now with really good success. And so I'm going to give you a little demonstration, a little step-by-step today, just so that you can see how to do it in case you have your own traction unit. There are many different ones out there, and oftentimes the idea behind it is pretty much the same. So here's our unit. We're going to be using a Saunders cervical traction unit. I like this because it's portable. This is what I did my cervical spine research with, and it's very easy to use on your own. So first things first, the head is going to be going over here and the neck into this little cradle here so that when we pump this up, it's going to move up like this. So if you watch right here, you'll see how this works. A little bit easier to see when somebody's not in it, okay? And that's going to separate that cervical or your cervical spine or neck area. We're going to take all the pressure out of it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to position Michael into this. First things first, this particular unit has a hose, and that hose needs to go through this little crack down here so it doesn't get crimped. We just sit that back on there like that, and we're ready to go. Now, this particular unit has different heights. So as you can see right here, if we push this button, it can change the height. So it'll change the amount of tilt we have on the neck. And some people just don't have enough tilt at this first spot here. So we may increase it a little bit. All right. So Michael, if you don't mind, I'm going to have you lie right down here with your head on this piece. We've already adjusted these neck bumpers over here are adjustable with these knobs, so you can turn them in and turn them out. The whole idea is to really grab the base of the skull really well and nice and snug so that it can pull nicely. The other thing that is very important when you're doing this is to put some sort of a roll underneath the knees. This helps to relax the low back and you're not in tension and it's not pulling against your neck, and you can kind of relax a little bit better into this. So next, once we have the neck piece adjusted in and out, we have the right angle. We take this strap, put it over the forehead just so that the head and neck don't pop out of the machine. We snug that up so there's a little bit of pressure there, okay? It's very important that you use some sort of like a kitchen timer, or maybe you're going to use a your phone and utilize that, because some people fall asleep in this, and when they do and wake up a half hour later, you can be pretty sore in the back of the neck. So using a timer or your phone is going to be very important. Now, this particular unit has 3 modes. One says hold, one says pump, and one says release. So you basically just turn the head to where you want it. Now this one says pump right here, and everybody asks, how many pounds of pressure should we use when using the traction? I like to use about 15 pounds of pressure to start with for about 2 to 3 minutes, just to kind of let your head and neck get used to it. Now you need to remember your head weighs between 10 to 14 pounds, so we just want to get a little bit past that so we get a gentle stretch so that we feel comfortable with this. So I'm going to pump this up till our gauge gets up to 15 pounds, and we're there right now. I just turn it on to hold, and then it's going to hold the pressure. I would start the timer for 2 to 3 minutes and let that run like that. Now, let's say that you're still having quite a bit of discomfort in the arm after you've done this for a couple of minutes. This would be a good time to take this piece and raise it right up to the next level. And the other thing that you can do to help, let's say the pain is in the right arm, is you can take the top of this and tilt it to the opposite side. That's going to help open up that hole near the nerve root and next to that pinched nerve area. It's going to help open it up a little bit and give you some relief. Now, as time goes on, if you start to feel better, then you can go back to neutral and you can start to drop this piece back down and just try to pull straight on as much as you can. Once your timer goes off for the first 2 to 3 minutes, then you just take your pump again, turn it on to pump, and many of these devices have their own mechanism to pump it, or sometimes it's a knob to try to expand it, and it's not just air. And so I'm going to take them up now to 22 pounds. I like to go to 22 to 24 pounds. I always make sure that you don't get nauseous with this. If you have severe osteoporosis or osteomyelitis, like an infection in your bones in the neck, you really should not be doing this. Obviously, if you're claustrophobic, this is not going to be something that you're going to want to do because you're tied into this. And so those are the most common reasons why you wouldn't use it, but I have very good success with this. It should be done on a fairly firm surface because if you're in a bed, the cervical traction will come up like this a little too much, your body's going to sink, and it's really going to kind of bend you forward. So something that's a little more firm, maybe like an exercise mat with a sleeping bag on top, or something that has a little bit of cushioning, but nothing that is too soft. All right. I like to have patients do this anywhere from 2 to 4 times a day. And, you know, basically about an 18-minute, about 3 minutes at 15 pounds, and about 15 minutes at 20 to 24 pounds, okay? Now, let's say the timer has gone off and it's time to get back out of the traction. There's a release button right here, so we are going to turn that on to release, but what I don't want to do is bring it all the way to release and let his head come back to his shoulders really quickly. That can make people a little bit dizzy and make you feel a little bit funny when that happens. So all I do is I just very, very slowly release the pressure out of the head, and you can see that going down. I don't know if you can see it from there, but the pressure is lightening up really, really easy. I might even go just a little bit more. And as we do that, the head is coming back down toward the shoulders. The neck is kind of coming back together a little bit. Some people get some pretty significant relief out of this, and so they enjoy being in this because having a pinched nerve can be pretty severely painful. Now, this is also very important. I never let people get out of this and sit right up right away. Okay, so the pressure is completely out. I'll take the strap off, and then I'll just kind of let them sit here for 10 to 15 seconds just to make sure that you feel comfortable, okay? Now what we're gonna do, your 10 to 15 seconds is up, you're feeling fine. We're gonna sit up slowly and we're gonna spin toward the camera. We'll take this out. Some folks can get a little bit dizzy when they get up like this, so just kind of sit there for a second before you take off and start walking. And so that is how we use a Saunders cervical traction unit or neck traction for a herniated disc or a pinched nerve in your neck. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to learn more about pinched nerves in the neck, make sure you check out the video above. I do a very comprehensive video about that so you understand the anatomy and you understand why things like traction and exercises for a pinched nerve in the neck can be very helpful. So hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give us a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. Thanks.